Hello everyone, welcome to my channel C.S.E.Pathshala. We were studying about Python for machine learning and data science, and in this tutorial we will study about pandas. So what is pandas? As we know that NumPy arrays are a much improved n-dimensional array object version over Python list. Okay, so we have seen NumPy in previous tutorials. We have done lot of operation on NumPy arrays also, and it has proved to be much more better than Python's list. But actually it is insufficient to meet the needs of the data science. So if we talk about real world scenario, data are often presented in the form of tables. Okay, so if you want to work on tables, okay, that means the data stored in the form of tables, we need a new data type that is much more compatible and suitable to deal with the operations. So for that case, pandas is a better option. While Python supports lists and dictionaries for manipulating structured data, but it is not well suited for manipulating the numerical tables. Okay, that means the tables, or we can say that, for example, we have created an Excel sheet and we have entered the numerical values in that. So while working on a numerical Excel sheets, which is being stored in the form of CSV file, list and the dictionaries are being supported by Python over a structured data, but it is not well suited for manipulating a numerical tables stored in a Excel sheet which is being in a form of a CSV file. Okay, so here in this case pandas is a better option. Pandas is a Python package actually which provides faster, flexible and impressive data structure, which is designed to make working with the relational or labeled data both in a easy and intuitive way. Okay, so basically if you talk about pandas, it stands for panel data analysis. Okay, and pandas supports two key data structures. That means one is the series and second one is a data frame. Okay, so let's start with the pandas series. Now if you talk about pandas series, it is also a 1D array like NumPy. Okay, as we've seen in NumPy, so it's also a one-dimensional NumPy array like. Okay, and with each element is having some index positions. That means by default it has been starting from 0, 1, 2 and so on. And here a series also behave very much similar like to a dictionary that also includes index values along with the values. Okay, that also includes index along with the values. So if we want to create a series, we first need to import the pandas library. Okay, the convention is to use the PD for that. Okay, for the pandas, that means for pandas module or a package or a library, we are using PD as an object of that particular class. Okay, and then we can use the series class. Okay, and also by default the index of the series starts from 0. So let's consider one code and then we will understand how to implement it. Okay, so all right, so import pandas as PD. Series is equal to, that means series is a variable, that is equal to, we have assigned it to pd.series class, or we can say we are taking a method from that particular series class, and we are giving here a list of values from 1 to 5, and then we are printing the value of series. So let's save this code and run this code. Alright, so here it is. These are the values which we have included in the list, and these are the index positions where these values are stored, and obviously the data type is of integer. Okay, so we can create a series using specified index also. As we have seen that by default the index of the series starts from the 0, but if you want to specify some index from our side, so we can do that, this also. Okay, here an optional index is available for the series using the index parameter. So it is worth noting that the index of a series need not to be unique. Okay, it doesn't matter. We are not talking about some unique thing. We can create index from our side also. So let's consider one code and then we will understand how it works. Alright, so here it is. Import pandas as PD. Again, we are taking series equal to PD dot series class, and or we are taking a method from that particular class series. We are giving a list of values from 1 to 5, and then we are also giving one more parameter, that is index, and the index we have assigned with characters, that is from A, B, C, D and C, okay, for the respective values in the list. Okay, then we are printing the series. So let's save this code and run this code. So here it is, all these values are present here, okay, and these are the index positions where these values are present, and these index positions are created by us. Okay, so this is how we can also create index or customize index according to ourselves. That means it's a personal thing. Now if you want to access elements in a series, for example, accessing an element in a series is actually similar to an accessing element in an array. So we can access elements. We have already seen in the previous tutorial also. If you want to access anything from the array, we can access it with the help of its index positions. Okay, with the same thing, with the same concept, we will apply here also. So let's consider one code and then you will understand how to do this. Alright, so here it is. We want to access elements. Import pandas as PD. Series equal to PD dot series, and we are taking the same list of elements, that is from 1 to 5. Okay. Then we want to access an element which is positioned at index position 2. Okay. That means we are writing print series and then we are giving index 2 position. Or we can perform this thing in a different manner also. We can write like this: print series dot ILOC. Okay, that means the location of the element at second index position. Okay, so we are printing these two values. Okay, let's save this code and run this code. Alright, so here it is. Now we got the same output, obviously. So at the 0th index position it's 1. 1th index position is 2, okay, and the second index position is 3. So here we are asking for the second index position element, so obviously it's 3, and here also we are asking for the same thing. However, both the statements are different in a sense, but output is same. Okay, so here ILOC indexer, okay, it allows us to specify an element via its position. So we are specifying the element with its position, okay, with ILOC. Alternatively, we can also specify the value of the index of the element we wish to access. Let's consider one more code. Okay, and we will again try to access an element. Okay, so here it is. So import pandas as PD. Series equal to PD dot series. Again, we are taking the same list values. Comma index. We are indexing these values respectively with the characters. Okay. Then we are printing the value which is indexed at our given index value or the position. Okay, so we are printing series D. Okay, or we can also do the same thing with the help of print series dot LOC. Okay, we can do this thing by this statement also. Okay, so let's save this code and run this code. So here it is. So we got the same output. Okay, so here we done a change, that is instead of using ILOC, that is it is based upon the position of the index, we try to access element with the basis of label in the index. Okay, so we have defined the labels here in the form of index like A, B, C, D, C for the respective these values. So we are trying to access, and or we did access with the help of labels. So we have used LOC here. Okay, and we are all obviously accessing the dth labeled or the index position, that is 4. Okay, this is the value present at that position. Now here the LOC indexer allows us to specify the label or the value of the index. We should also note one thing that in the preceding two examples, the result is an integer. Obviously, it's an integer values, which is the type of this series. Obviously, we are taking the integer value, so the type of the series is obviously integer. What will happen if you want to print the series like C? Okay, if you want to print this statement, print series, the index position value or labeled as C. It actually means, as we have seen that here the index C is been assigned to two values. Okay, for the second also, that means if we take like this 0, 1 and 2, so for the second index values also, and for the fourth index value also. Okay, so what will be it's giving an output if you want to access such kind of index values. So let's consider one code. Okay, so here it is. All right, so import pandas as pd, series equal to pd.series, same list elements from 1 to 5, index we have given as same as previously, that is from A, B, C, D and C. Here we are seeing that we are taking two similar labels or similar indexes, that is C here also and C here also. Then we are printing the value of series. Okay, that means we are printing series C, or we can also do the same task with the help of series.loc. That means we are printing the label values. Okay, so what will happen? See, let's save this code first and run this code. So here it is. We got the output for both the labeled positions. Okay, 3 has been associated to this label or the index value, and 5 is associated to this labeled or index value for C. So it has printed both the values, okay, that is 3 and 5, and we perform this printing in two ways. That means one is for series C and one is for series.loc. Okay, so you can see that it has the same output. Okay, now there is one more thing. We can also perform slicing on a series. Okay, so how to perform slicing? That means we are taking some elements from the series, that is called as a slice. Okay, so let's consider one code and implement it here. Alright, so import pandas as pd, series equal to pd.series with the same list of elements from 1 to 5. Then we are performing the slicing in the next step. How? Print series 2 colon. Okay, that means we will consider the series from the second index position to the last, because we are not giving any limit here. Okay, so as we have already seen how to perform slicing in Python, so similar concept we are applying here. Okay, so or we can say that how we have performed slicing in case of arrays in Python. So as per the same concept here, we will start with the second index position till the end index or the last labeled position. Okay, so here again we are writing a different statement, but it will also produce the same result. That means we are taking print series.iloc 2 colon. Okay, that means we have already seen both of these represents the same thing. So let's save this code and run this code. Alright, so here it is. From the second index position, that means from 3, it is printing 3 also, 4 also and 5 also. So 3, 4 and 5 are printed with their index positions as 2, 3 and 4. So this is the output for this statement. Now if you want the output for the statement this, that means series.iloc. So here it is. Again, it's the same thing, that is 3, 4 and 5. Okay, just only a matter of fact is we are writing two different statements for the same output. Okay, so this is how we perform certain operations on series in pandas. So we will come up with more informative tutorials based upon pandas. Thanks for watching. Kindly do subscribe to my channel.